Because I'm with you through thick and thin. Whatever trouble you are in, I don't care whatever you do. Just know that I love you. Oh, 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 I love you.
Well, hello, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of the Smokin Joe Show. This is John Marin from Vicarious Visions taking a step out from behind the camera while we sit in and listen in tonight with the Smokin Joe Band while they're doing their rehearsal. They're just getting started right now. Let's just take a quick look. All right, so as we get started, don't forget, please share tonight's episode. Get as many people in as we can, have a little chat going, and if you're watching later in the future, please subscribe. We'll have this uploaded later tonight to the Smokin Joe page just to make up for the little slow internet connection. So, tune in to YouTube a little later tonight if you want to see something that's a little more clean. Don't forget to visit our sponsors, Kyanite Concepts. Kyanite Concepts, we are art. We've been talking about these guys a lot lately, but these are the folks that are sponsoring the Launchpad stage, and we're super happy to have them join us this year. The concept behind Kyanite Concepts is that they're taking art from young children, turning it into clothing, and then using the money from that art to give back to the children for college funds and stuff like that. Also, our new sponsor, Indeed Brewing Company. These guys are going to make sure that our artists at Galactic Get Down are staying well hydrated. So be sure to visit Indeed Brewing Company and give their page a like. Also, don't forget to visit Wick Creations, proud sponsors of Vicarious Visions. We're always glad to support Wick Creations, so make sure you go to their page and check that out as well. And then, without further ado, it's time for the Weekend Get Down. What's down in the Weekend Get Down? What's going on in your town? It's the Weekend Get Down. So coming up first tonight, we have Allure with Jeffrey Fishbane and Tellura Bass at the Blush in Duluth. So if you're up in Duluth, go ahead and check that one out tonight. Jeffrey Fishbane's going to be playing at the Launchpad this year at the Galactic Get Down. Allure, you might recognize from being on the lineup last year. If you didn't see her play the set, then you probably recognize her just from walking around with the biggest smile on her face that you've ever seen in your life. They had a great time there last year, but go ahead and support Allure and Jeffrey Fishbane if you're up in Duluth tonight. Otherwise, we will see them, or we'll see Jeffrey Fishbane at the Launchpad at the Galactic Get Down. Going on this weekend over in Wisconsin, it's the Ragged Roots Music and Arts Festival. That's brought to you by Derek Ramnarachi. He was with us with Old Soul Society. I think that was year 2 at Galactic Get Down. Those guys are doing some real good things over there in Wisconsin. Unique thing with Ragged Roots this year, the festival entrance is free. So if you want to go check out a free music festival, Ragged Roots is the one to check out. And these guys have a ton of great bands on their lineup. They've got the Crush Brothers with Heatbox, Reed Grimm, Mark Joseph, Alex Steele. Old Soul Society, that's Derek's band. Feed the Dog, Wheelhouse, Work, The Lower Fifth, Black River Review, Dan Tedesco, Pat Ferguson. I mean, the list on this goes on and on and on and on. Alabaster, there was a band that you may recognize from Galactic Get Down alumni, as well as Push and Turn. They're going to be there this weekend as well. So camping, there is a fee for camping at the Ragged Roots Festival, but if you just want to go and check out the music for the day, they're going to let you in for free to check out the music, and then still do what you can to support. If you're getting in for free, at least go pick up some merchandise and do what you can to support those artists. Also going on this weekend is the Basilica Block Party. Basilica Block Party was in that top 5 music festivals voting contest at the City Pages that we were in earlier this year. They were actually the winners of the voting contest on there. But they've got this is their 25th anniversary this year, so they've got a real good lineup. Casey Musgraves, Semisonic, Dawes, the Jayhawks, Anderson East, Rooston Kelly, there's a few going on. Jason Mraz, Churches, Hanson. Some of you guys might recognize Hanson. So they're going to be at the Basilica Block Party this weekend. If you want to go get yourself some Hanson, that's the place to do it. Also going on, let's see, tomorrow night is Druzy Rose. I'm going to grab the headphones here, just one sec. Druzy Rose with Shrey Preety and Dry Ice. That's at 56 Brewing. You might recognize a couple members of Druzy Rose from Space Monkey Mafia. It's one of their side projects that they're doing as well. That's at 56 Brewing in Minneapolis. That's tomorrow night on the 12th. So go check that out. Druzy Rose, the incredible 7-piece dream pop indie band from Minneapolis, Minnesota, will be playing the Barrel Room at 56 Brewing on tomorrow night, Friday. They're bringing some of their super talented friends with them, and they're kicking off the night with Shrey Preety, an alternative pop Indian American singer-songwriter based out of the Minneapolis and Chicago, and Dry Ice, a 3-piece funk band based right here in Minnesota. So go ahead and check those guys out tomorrow night. Also going on tomorrow night, it's the Me 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 album release. You probably recognize Andy Bezick in Me Me Me. He's the audio production designer for us at Galactic Get Down. He's been doing that since year 1, and we're glad to have him back here again for his 4th year in a row. He's the one that makes the music sound good when you're at the Get Down. But yeah, if you want to go support Andy this weekend, check them out tomorrow night. They're going to be at Mortimer's doing their big album release. Also going on tomorrow night, it's Irie Minds at the Lynn Lake Brewery. Irie Minds was recently added to the schedule lineup for the Galactic Get Down, and we're really excited to have them. They've been doing a lot lately all over in the Minnesota music scene, and we had an opening come up on the schedule. We couldn't think of anyone better to add to it than Irie Minds. You probably recognize a couple of the guys from the band. Frank Licari was with us for the first 2 years. He's back now with Irie Minds, and his brother Sam. You've probably seen him dancing next to me at Aaron Cam and the One Drops. But they're going to be there this year to throw down a little bit of a reggae show for you that I think you're really going to enjoy. At its core, Irie Minds is all about jamming, good vibes, and getting people on their feet. Formed in Minnesota, this reggae rock 6-piece never fails to bring infectious grooves that you can't help but dance to. Drawing inspiration from bands like Sublime and Giant Panda Gorilla Dub Squad, the band fuses the sound of SoCal and East Coast reggae to form their signature Midwest style, cultivating a vibe that is equally as inspiring as it is entertaining. Through their captivating stage presence and engaging performances, Irie Minds has become well-established in the southern Minnesota music scene. Since their inception in early 2017, they have developed a strong musical fan base, toured regionally, and released their debut EP, Uprooted, looking to make their next release, which has actually come out. That's Big Love. They're performing and touring in the Midwest with one main objective at their forefront, and that's to continue spreading love and good vibes through their music. That's Irie Minds. They're tomorrow night at Lynn Lake Brewery. Then on to Saturday night, we've got Iration, Pepper, and Fortunate Youth. They're going to be playing at the First Avenue. Iration's live from Paradise Summer Tour with special guest Pepper, Fortunate Youth, and Catastro. Iration's live from Paradise VIP packages are available. They give you one general admission standing ticket, a pre-show performance with meet and greet, exclusive 18 by 24 silkscreen tour posters, limited edition 3-pin set. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to spend some money to be a VIP at Iration, they've got some stuff for you to make you feel like a very important fan. Then next up, don't forget Max Graham and the fam will be playing Tuesday nights all through July, even this week, right? Joe, is that Tuesday night this week too? Yeah, so get a little taste of that, and then I think Max Graham will be packing it up and heading out to String Summit while the rest of us head down to Houston for the Galactic Get Down. But go check them out at the 331 Club this Tuesday. That's Max Graham and the fam. And your chances to buy Galactic Get Down merchandise are ending soon. It's already a little bit too late to get orders delivered to you by the time that you get to Get Down. But we're going to leave the store open for a couple more weeks. So if you have a good time and you didn't get a chance to pick something up for the Get Down, when you get home you can still pick something up. Go out and tell everybody what a great time you had at the Galactic Get Down. We got those Galactic Get Down rocket socks, a couple different hoodies for you, a couple different T-shirts. All of a sudden, the last few days, the Galactic Get Down rocket shorts have really been selling. So I hope to see a few of those out. We haven't sold one of those Galactic Get Down backpacks, but I can pretty much assure you before I close the store down, I'm getting one. So they look really cool. I'm really impressed with how they turned out. But get yourself some Galactic Get Down merchandise. We're not going to have any of this stuff at the festival, so if you want to get it, you got to pick it up through our online store, and you got to do it before the end of July, because when it's gone, it's gone. And unlike Joe, I'm not going to try to say all these people in one breath, but the Galactic Get Down's coming up next week. We've been working on it. We actually started working on this maybe a month maybe before last Galactic Get Down. So it's something that we've really put a lot of planning into, more than any festival that we've done before. And I really hope that you're going to see the results when you show up. I'm so excited to show you what we've been up to. Everybody that knows what we've been doing has been pretty excited for you guys to see what's going on. So 1 week from today, join us at 3 p.m. That's when the gates open. We're going to do the Smokin Joe show live right there at the Get Down to get everything started. And then the pre-party starts Thursday night. We're going to have everything at our Sun stage, which is going to be the side stage this year for the pre-party. And then if you can't make it out with us on Thursday night for the pre-party, make sure that you get down there Friday and Saturday for the actual festival itself. And even if you can't do that, we're going to have some single-day passes for you available on Saturday. So come check out the Galactic Get Down. Like I say, we've been working harder on this than anything we've done before. There's a reason why we moved this thing forward a couple weeks to have it coincide with the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 landing, and I think you're going to see the evidence of that when you get down to the Get Down. So we'll see you in a week. So in the meantime, let's take a look at this. Was our first promo for the Get Down this year. This was the one that I made. It's featuring some of the audio from Apollo 11 and just giving you take a look at the lineup for this year's Get Down. let's take a quick look at that, and then we'll be right back to take a look at the new site map for Galactic Get Down 2019.
Minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are confirmed to go for orbit.
And Houston, you might be interested to doubt my left-hand window right now. I can observe the entire continent of North America. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Oh, that looks beautiful from radio. It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here.
All right, so before we take a look at the site map, let's take a look at Smokin Joe while they're at practice, getting ready for the Galactic Get Down. All right, so there's Smokin Joe getting ready for next week. Like I said, Joe's been practicing all week and got a ton of good stuff planned. He's told me about a little bit of it. I try not to listen. I want to be as surprised as everybody else, but he's definitely been up to some stuff. So let's take a look at the new site map for Galactic Get Down 2019 while we have a moment here. A couple things that we really wanted to point out that we've taken a look at this year. We had a lot of people talking about wanting to incorporate some kind of like the giving tree at Galactic Get Down. We had a bit of a discussion online, and we talked about sort of a trade market. I've seen this take place at a few other festivals. I've seen other people do it at their camps at Harmony Park once in a while, and I've seen it work out pretty cool. It's really cool when you find somebody that's got a trade camp to watch, keep going past it throughout the weekend and watch as their inventory keeps changing. Because a lot of times then what they put out for trade, people pick up, leave something else in exchange, and then someone else comes along and picks up that thing and leaves something else in exchange. And it's just, like I was saying when we were putting this all together, it's a really cool way to meet people, come up with some unique things for yourself that you weren't expecting, give away some things that you'd like to gift to other people. So we're setting that up in the closer side of the right side of the campsite. We're calling that the big market. If you've ever seen Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets, kind of modeled after the concept of there. If you go further back on the right, that's where we're expecting our party family to hang out this year. We're calling that the Cantina, after the Cantina in Star Wars. So that's where you'll find the people that want to get down all night long until the sun comes up. On the left side of the valley, as you're walking towards the back, when you get past the RVs, that's where we're really encouraging this year the families to camp. The advantage of staying on that side of the valley is that the majority of the campgrounds is on the right side of the valley, so that's automatically going to keep you in a quieter spot. And then, we're doing our best to encourage everybody to go to these campgrounds, but obviously, people are going to start to drift to where they, think the best spot looks to set up or whatever the case may be. But these are really the three key concepts: is the big market, the cantina, and the Ewok village, the family camp. So kind of take a look at what you would think your best camping experience would be, and then that's really where we recommend for you to check out. So new to the Galactic Get Down this year, you've probably heard us talking a lot about it already, but we're bringing in a new stage called the Launch Pad. We've always not had overlapping music. This year we're going to have just a little bit. But what we really wanted to do with the Launch Pad was during the day when people aren't out maybe in the concert bowl as much, they're hanging out in the campgrounds with their friends, the Launch Pad is going to be a place for you to get to see some new up-and-coming performers, some people that you've maybe seen working with Romer Dome Familia in recent months, and then you're also going to see some established acts that you'd like to get maybe up and close and personal with, like Chase McKay and Zach Deputy. So that's what's going to be going on at the Launch Pad. We're also going to have some yoga there in the mornings. Fogo Fire is going to be back again this year to run the fire camp, really the best fire camp in Minnesota. They're going to show you what it's like to have a professional time and a good time mixed together all at once. And we really thank Dustin and the Fogo crew for bringing that experience to the Galactic Get Down. Also new this year, because we know that a lot of people have lost people close to them recently, or just, over time these things happen. But we're going to have an effigy this year where we're going to take and we're going to build a big wood structure. We're going to put that out in the campsite where it's easier for people to get to. So if you want to bring, like, personal belongings, something that's small and ideally flammable, personal belongings, pictures, we'll probably have a couple markers set up there, so if you want to sign your name or write a message or something like that. And then at the end of the weekend on Saturday night, after the main bowl closes down and before we start the silent disco, we're going to light that effigy up and send all of our prayers and intent that we've attached to that thing up to the cosmos, to where our loved ones are at now. We think it's going to be a really special way to share our intent as a planning committee with the community, and then release that intent out into the universe. So we're really looking forward to bringing that to you as well. Another thing that I wanted to talk about real quickly is going to be our new loading in process. Because we know that the load in was a little more than expected last year. It was a little more than we expected, honestly. So one of the things that we've done is we've taken the vendors, we've moving them back into the campsite where it's going to be easier for you to get back and forth to the vendors throughout the day, from the vendors to your campsite. And then in the spot where the vendors were last year, when you pull in this year and get through the gate, we're going to have you pull up into that first area where you can unload your belongings in your car and your passengers that are there with you. And they can start loading in, and then we'll take the driver of the vehicle back out to the parking lot, get everybody parked, and then we're going to shuttle them up in the golf cart that we take you out there with, bring you back in so that you can finish loading in with your crew. But we're really hoping that that's going to alleviate some of the load-in troubles this year that people were experiencing last year. So we're listening to what you guys have been telling us, and we're trying to take away and looking at improving those things with the layout of the property that we have there. So let's take a look then at this was our second promo of the year. This was from Ben Katz. This was basically a recap of last year that we added some of this year's graphics to and set it up for a bit of a preview. So let's take a quick look at that. This was our second preview for Galactic Get Down 2019. And then when we come back out of that, we'll see where the practice is at here with the Smokin Joe crew.
She's got nowhere to
Hey, there we go. I always told Joe before I started doing the production on this that being the talent and the production is just too much work at once, and I'm really getting a first-hand dose of that. These guys are just getting ready to practice another tune, so let's jump in with these guys, take a look at what they're working on for next week, and then we'll come back and take a brief look at the schedule before we wrap things up this week. So there you go. I don't know. I don't know if we should expect Karma Police or if that was just something to practice. You'll have to come to Galactic Get Down next week to find out, I guess. So let's pull an audible real quick before we take a look at the schedule. Let's take a look at our last promo. Then when we come back, we could take a look at the schedule, one last look at Smokin Joe, and wrap it up. But so where our first promo was kind of a space Apollo 11 first moon landing theme. And then our second promo was a recap type of theme. Our third promo really combined those. It gave you the experience of the Apollo 11 anniversary coming and a taste of what you can expect at the Galactic Get Down. So this is the Pennyhead promo. This was the third promo in our Galactic Get Down series this year.
At 15 seconds, guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon on this July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
This is no ordinary moon. I'm getting readings of some canine humanoid type creatures.
My God, I see them. They have the ship surrounded. There's werewolves. Werewolves on the moon.
So there you go. I think that gives you the best idea, really, of what to expect at the Galactic Get Down. If you were with us year 1 or 2 but didn't get a chance to make it out to the Outback Ranch last year, you really got to come visit us at the Outback Ranch, because it's an entirely new, different level of game from what we were doing at Good Enough. It's a lot bigger property. It's a lot more set up for concert venues. Now with the year under our belt, we know what the pros are, we know what the disadvantages are of the property itself, and have figured out some ways to improve it. So I think we're really going to be able to improve the visitor experience this year. So if you've had fun in the past, we're going to improve that. And then this year with the Apollo 11 theme, I'm wildly aware that most of the people that enjoy the Galactic Get Down are under 50 years old, but I can tell you for myself that getting prepared for the Galactic Get Down this year and the Apollo 11 anniversary has really taught me a lot about the history of space exploration and how we got to where we're at now, and what to expect in the future from NASA and SpaceX and Boeing and a lot of these companies that are doing some really cool things. One more time before we get into the schedule, I can't ever pass up a chance to listen to this song, and I want you to get to listen to it too. So we're going to cut back into that practice.
But I don't think I'd like to live there. Well, I'd stay all day there if I had my wish. But there's not much to do when your friends are all fish. And an oyster and clam, they are real family. So I don't want to live in the sea. I'd like to visit the jungle, hear the lions roar. I'd go back in time and meet a dinosaur. There's so many strange places I'd like to be, but none of them permanently. So if I should visit the moon, well, I'd dance on a moonbeam, and then I would make a wish on a star, and I wish I was home once again. Though I'd like to look down at the earth from above, I would miss all the places and people I love. So although I might go, I'll be coming home soon. 'Cause I don't want to live on the moon. No, I don't want to live on the moon. Cool.
That was the first song I ever recorded a video of Joe doing when I met him.
Oh, I was like, just now?
So, the Galactic Get Down, 1 week from today. We've been working real hard on this schedule. Joe actually worked so hard on this schedule because you plan things out 8-10 months in advance, and then plans change. So the people who you thought were going to be on Thursday all of a sudden need to be on Saturday, and the people you thought were going to be on Saturday need to be on Friday, and all the people who were going to be on Friday have been planning on being on Friday the whole time. So how do you make that work? Well, this is how we made it work. We're going to do the Smokin Joe show from 5 o'clock to about 5:45. We get done with that. We're bringing in Karate Chop Silence. These guys are from Winona. New band to me this year, but let me tell you, I've really enjoyed some of the stuff that we've heard from these guys. A couple of new cool music videos that they've got out. We did a pre-party show with them last week at the Turf Club with Dead Larry and People Brothers Band, and that set was really good too. That set is available on Galactic Get Down page, on Dead Larry page, on Vicarious Visions, and I think it might still be available on People Brothers Band as well. But if you haven't heard Karate Chop Silence yet, go check out our pre-party video from last week because they're really cool. Whiskey for the Lady, this is a friend of mine actually that I know from down in the Kansas City area, and turns out he's got a cool band, so we brought him up here to show it to you. They call it Thrash Grass, and I think you're going to dig this. Then we have Splimit. They were just on the show a couple weeks ago. Definitely old favorites. These guys help us set up in the beginning of the weekend, and then they're so enthusiastic, and their music is great. Their music videos are very cool as well. Go check them out on YouTube. Their lyrics are hilarious. Their music is fun. They're off the beaten path. There's a reason why we love them. There's a reason why we support them, and I definitely think you should check them out. And then we're wrapping up the pre-party on Thursday night with Big Zach and the Flow State, Goop City, Lifted Minds, Hip Hop Extravaganza, and then after that, closing it down with the folks who you associate with late night sets at the Galactic Get Down, Space Monster. So that'll take care of the pre-party. Friday, then, we're opening it up to 2 stages. We got Gus Royale opening up the day on the side stage, Irie Mines, and then Joe's put together a really good set with this Moon Fam Orbital Rock set. He's told me a little bit about this and the songs that they've picked out, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So make sure that you get down to the main stage at the Concert Bowl. That's going to be at 2 o'clock on Friday. Then we're going to be back at the Sun stage with Granola, Reed Grimm on the Moon stage, Earth to Clark, Kaz Haley, super excited for Kaz Haley. I remember watching Kaz on America's Got Talent, and I can't believe that we're at this point now where he's going to be playing at our music festival. So it's super exciting for me. Gin Strings on Friday night. That's kind of become a staple of the Galactic Get Down, but we love having those guys here. We love having them on Friday night right at this midpoint in the day. They really have a good energy for that type of thing. Then we're going to get the evening started off with that one guy, followed by the lowest pair, Zach Deputy. And then, like I said, we had to do a little bit of shuffling. One of the things that we had to do to make all this fit together, we have Rampant Roots playing a late night set at the side stage, at the Sun stage, or you can go check out the Silent Jams with Undercover Organism at the launch pad. One of the nice things about the setup, if you were looking at the site map, is we have the launch pad right next to the fire circle. One of the things that we saw last year was that a lot of people figured out that they could hear their headphones from the Silent Jam at the fire camp. So then everybody went to watch the fire camp and listen to the music, but the people that were playing the music were on stage like, is anybody listening? So it was kind of weird. So we figured the best thing to do with that is move the silent disco out to a spot where people can watch the silent disco, watch the fire camp at the same time. We're going to set up some boom boxes around by the fire camp so that if you want to stay closer to fire camp and really follow on that, you can still hear the music that's being played from the silent disco. Or if you really want to focus on the silent disco, we're going to have some really some new Bluetooth headsets that we're bringing in just for the silent disco for these 2 nights. You'll have to stay in the tent, in the launch pad tent, to use the Bluetooth headphones, but it's really going to step up the user experience from last year's silent disco to this year's. But of course, if you don't want to hang out in the tent stage, you can listen on an FM radio anywhere that the FM transmitter will get to from the launch pad there as well. So that takes care of Friday, and then Saturday we have High Rise on the main stage opening things up, Spare Change Trio opening up things on the side stage. Then we have String Dingers, the Bob Pat Band, May Simpson, Porky's Groove Machine, and the Smokin Joe Orchestra. And then we got Hot Pink Hangover. Easy for me to say with headphones on and a slight delay, but Hot Pink Hangover. This is a band that I wasn't familiar with at all when we started the planning process this year, and I fell in love with them really quick. We were submitted from them a couple of music videos that had like a real alien theme, and we were like, wow, this is a natural fit. So I was just like, let's do it. Then after we had them signed, I started really listening to their music, and it was more than just like booking the alien band to come play with us. These guys are super cool. I've met a bunch of people that are familiar with them from in their past history that have all been fans of some of the things that these guys have been doing, and hearing them all together, it's really exciting. It's not your typical festival fan music. It's a lot more high energy, a little more mainstream. You hear these guys on 93X once in a while, but you're going to also hear them at the Galactic Get Down. And they're going to get you pumped up before the costume contest. We're bringing that back this year. We made a couple new twists to that. Be sure to go check out the website. We've got details for the costume contest right on galacticgetdown.com. Also, while you're there, if you have any questions about the Galactic Get Down, check out the FAQs, the frequently asked questions, because we have listed out a lot of the things that people ask us a lot right there on the website for you to get some answers to immediately without having to wait for one of us to respond to you. But so we're going to have that costume contest, and then after that, we're going to have a special set with Heat Box and Frog Leg on the moon stage. I don't know exactly what they have planned, but to the best of my knowledge, we're going to start off with some Heat Box. We're going to finish off with some Frog Leg. We might do some little crossing over in the middle. I'm just going to show up and see what these guys have in store for us, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Then we're going to have Space Monkey Mafia close down the side stage, the sun stage for the weekend, before Dead Larry comes out and closes down the moon stage, the main stage for the weekend. And one thing I'm going to tell you about the moon stage, you're going to love the decorations. We've been working hard on this. Our props committee has been putting in overtime this year on making the Galactic Get Down look better than ever before, and you're going to see it. I think you're going to see it right away when you come and you check out the stages. So Dead Larry's going to close down the moon stage on Saturday night, and then we're all going to go and join Zach Deputy over at the Silent Disco, and we've kind of given Zach Deputy the keys to the festival at that point and said, Zach, whenever you're ready to close down the fest, you close down the fest, because we know Zach loves to play, so we just want to let him play. So that's the way that the Galactic Get Down is going to shape up for you this year. We're really excited to bring it to you. Before we wrap things up, let's listen to one last song here at the Smokin Joe practice tonight.
Well, I can be just what you see. Baby, you know that I love you, and I'm right by your side, and I won't ever stray. But you had to go, I have to stay. Don't tell me everything will be alright. Don't tell me everything
And there you go. That's going to take care of another episode of the Smokin Joe Show. I don't know what more convincing you need after all of that. Come join us at the Galactic Get Down next Thursday. Tickets are only $100 right now until noon on Monday the 15th. And then after that, they're going up to $135. So get those tickets now. Save some money. We're going to see you next week at the Galactic Get Down. Until then, Joe's going to sing us out.
Because I'm with you through thick and thin, whatever trouble you are in. I don't care whatever you do, just know that I love you. Oh, whoa. Oh, I love you. You know, sometimes you got troubles, so many troubles, they're getting you down. But you don't have to worry about your troubles no more, 'cause well, I'll always be around, because I'm with you through thick and thin, whatever trouble you are in. I don't care whatever you do, just know that I love you. Oh, whoa. I